Hi guys, it's Mukta Konir back at it again, and today I'm going to be talking about some study tips. And since it has been a long time since I've posted anything on my channel, I'd like to say that I'm going to try and at least post something every single day so that you guys have something new to see and you can keep being entertained. But instead of entertainment on this channel, I'd like to share more about academics and a lot more social and life stuff that could really help you going forward. So today I'm going to be sharing some academic tips with you that I have learned through personal and hard lessons in 7th grade, so please follow my advice. First of all, do you see these packets over here? Yeah, rereading these packets are not going to help you. Instead of rereading these packets, you should take notes like these, which I'm going to explain how to do in just a second. Okay, so the notes I just showed you are called Cornell Notes. Cornell Notes include basic conceptuals of each topic, a mind map, and a summary, which can be really helpful, especially if you're making flashcards, studying for tests, etc., etc. Okay, so your first step to making these Cornell Notes are making your titles and making your graphs. For example, your titles, building blocks of cells, and also making graphs here, like how I made my bacteria graph to help me understand how a bacteria looks like, and also making my archaea graph when I did not have a lot of stuff around me, just so that I could know the differences and have everything I need for the test. The second step is framing your Cornell Notes, and there are many different ways, but here is one standard way of framing Cornell Notes. One standard way of framing Cornell Notes is so that you have a mind map and all the key terms and definitions. And over here, I have multiple different sections such as ATP, carbs, lipids, and proteins, etc., etc. And I have all the conceptuals such as ATP, major fuel used for cell activity, and stuff like that. All those conceptuals are going to be over here. And on the bottom, we have a summary. This is probably the easiest way to organize your Cornell Notes, but there's a lot of different ways. The next step is actually doing your Cornell Notes, which can take a lot of effort and practice. However, if you get used to it, it'll be a whole lot easier after you get into the rhythm. First of all, you see these packets over here. Using these packets and highlighting inside of these, like, let me show you an example. Like what I did in here can also be really helpful. Just because you can't study directly from these packets doesn't mean they aren't helpful at all. And a word of motivation to folks who are actually trying to do Cornell Notes, it can take a lot of time and it can get very tiring. Make sure to reward yourself and give yourself breaks in the middle. Alright, that is it for today's video. Bye guys, I love you so much.